Hi, I'm Mercy Muglino, and welcome to Day in the Life of a Coach. Today I'm with Iva Wilson in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Welcome, Iva.
Hello, Mercy. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to meet you through Skype, the wonders of technology. It's very
Yeah,
nice
it
to
sure
meet you.
is. It
All
sure
right.
is.
So, Eva is a graduate of the International Coach Academy, graduating in 2014, and she's now earned her credential with the ICF, her ACC. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But Eva's been coaching for a long time. She has an incredible background. I mean, we don't even have enough time to go through all of the impressive work that Eva has done. She's been in the workplace as a leader, especially in technology, for 20 plus years. She's been coaching in organizations for 10 years. But I think the most interesting thing, Eva, is how did you come from being a PhD in electrical engineering and all your professional experience in that field to coaching? Tell us how you got here.
Well, I think that the reason I got into coaching eventually as a profession
Mm.
was founded on my deep desire to help people.
Mm.
I always did that.
Yeah.
I was, when I was a manager, I always coached my people because I never used the carrot and stick methodology. And also, I had a wonderful experience with a coach I had when I was president of Philips Display Components. He did a fantastic job with me.
Mm.
And I knew the benefits of coaching.
Right.
But then when I first started with my practice, the Coaching Collaborative, I did a lot of consulting.
Mm.
And eventually concluded that that's not satisfying. You make money, but the people you consult don't do what you tell them to do, although they ask you to tell them what to do. And I decided that I'm going to switch into coaching. And I did coaching of executives
Mm-hmm.
at that time. But you know what happens, and I'm sure I'm not unique.
Mm.
Uh, People we coach always say, at least that was my experience, I don't have time for that. Just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And my answer is always, if I tell you what to do, you will forget it.
Yeah.
I had that experience with one of my uh, coachees just yesterday,
Mm.
where he admitted to me how he didn't do something I told him to do. And I said to him, remember, I told you I don't want to tell you what to do.
Right.
I'd like you to come to that conclusion. I don't have time.
Right.
We have already wasted an hour and a half. I said, we didn't waste it.
Yeah.
Well, what did he find out?
Yeah.
He forgot, and it had a negative impact on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, he didn't have to tell me this,
No.
but I'm
No.
pleased that he did, because now he has a permanent recognition
Yeah.
of not asking what to do, but allowing me to ask him questions.
Beautiful. What a great description of the power of the coaching process. Absolutely. So, well, at ICA, we do a lot of work on learning the coaching competencies, and a couple of those things we assess our students on are their portfolio. They create a coaching model, a power tool, and either a research paper or a thought leadership article. So I'd love to ask you about your coaching model. What did you create here?
My coaching model was originally started when I first started coaching. And it starts with what I call discover, where I do the interview. Mm-hmm. So the coachee gets a good assessment from the people around him or her as to what they believe how he is or she is. And that's very important. Then from that point, I debrief the coachee. So the coachee sees what other people think of him or her, or how he or she is, and so
perceived. Yeah.
The only part that I include the supervisor in is the part where we talk about goals. Okay. What are top two issues or top two goals the coachee has to work on? And it's very interesting in my experience, no matter who it was who I interviewed, everybody said the same thing, including the coachee and the supervisor. So everybody knows what has to be done. They just either don't do it or don't know how or whatever it might be.
Right, right.
And then we together with the coachee, the supervisor and the coachee, we design the process. We design how often we're going to meet, what are going to be objectives, how frequently we meet. And in my experience, 1 hour coaching a week, especially at the beginning, is the best way to start. You can reduce it later to 1 hour every 2 weeks, but anything less than that, you forget.
Yeah, it's challenging to build momentum, you know? Yeah, I can see why that is, yeah.
And then once the first 3 months pass, and I never make an agreement for less than 3 months, we then get together with the supervisor and see how much progress we made, how many adjustments we have to make, because coaching is not a straight process. Nothing happens in a straight process. Everything is kind of circular.
Yeah, beautifully said.
And then we go back and we do, more analysis of what needs to be done because the coachee has learned something. And that's the model. I call it 4D.
All right, beautiful. So I heard a couple of things there in your model, which are, I guess, tools of coaching, which is shifting the way someone sees either themselves or what they're doing, shifting perspective. So we have a power tool that we develop. It's one of the things ICA asks their students to do. So what was your power tool?
My power tool was expectation versus reality. And it was based on an experience I had in business when I was president of Philips Display Components. And I was given an assignment. I had to reduce the number of people. That's the typical way corporations do, and my Dutch boss wanted me to do that. But I didn't feel that that's the way to do it. I felt that the way to do it is assess first the business processes and then determine how many people we need and then decide which people to keep in that order. And I thought he's going to be really happy. I went for a review, and I had on this project both people from the United States and people from Holland because you wanted to have that support, it's a Dutch company.
Sure.
Well, when I was done, he said to me, yeah, but you only reduced 18%. I want 20%. I got so angry that I took my badge, threw it at him, and said, you know what, I'm not going to be doing this. You want to do it, you do it yourself.
Okay.
Says, and you know what he said? And I will, and you'll be gone. So I fired on the spot. First time in my life.
I know there are a lot of people can relate to that, Eva.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
And we do have expectations.
Oh, absolutely.
And the reality hits you.
Yes, absolutely.
And no matter what you do, no matter what you do, matching expectations with reality is not trivial.
Right, absolutely.
Beware.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for telling us that story. Yeah. I think it does resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So finally, we're going to talk about your thought leadership article, which I understand was based on a book you wrote.
Yes, it was based on the book, The Power of Collaborative Leadership, Lessons for the Learning Organization, that I co-authored with 2 other people.
Wow.
And we developed a leadership model based on interviews with 6 leaders plus the 2 co-authors.
Right.
And in that model, it was only one element where we introduced coaching. And I realized how this model will not work if the coaching is not part of all the elements.
Right.
So what I did in this article, I added coaching in every element.
Wow.
So if you You have it. If you look at it, you will see that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, wow, that sounds really interesting. I know you have a website, and what is the address of your website?
It's thecoachingcollaborative.com,
Okay,
all one word.
and your book is on there, right?
The book is there also
Great.
because what I'm doing now, I'm offering a free book to first 20 people who sign up.
Okay, there's an invitation for us. That's
That's how you
terrific.
get, emails, and you can stay in touch with people and see whether there's an opportunity.
Great.
It's one way of selling.
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful opportunity for other people interested in coaching also to see how someone of your background puts it all together on a website.
Right.
All right. So finally, my final question, Eva, today is one that I ask all my day in the life of a coach guests, and it's if you could tell the world one thing about coaching, what would it be?
Coaching, though being more popular today than it was 20 years ago
Mm,
in business, is still not something you can sell.
mm,
Don't sell coaching because most people don't understand what it is.
mm-hmm.
Sell the results.
Yeah, sell the
If I
results.
coach you, these are the results you can expect.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to participate. You do the work.
Mm-hmm.
It's action is very important. That's
Yes.
one of the tools I
Yes.
always use
Uh-huh.
with my clients. Once you take action, then something will happen.
Right. Beautifully said. Any action moves us forward, I believe, because we
Exactly.
learn. We learn.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's been an absolute delight chatting with you today, Eva.
Hey, it was great seeing you.
Yeah, and we'll get to meet each other soon, I'm sure, in an ICA meetup. And otherwise, you have a great rest of your day.
Hey, you too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Eva.